Okay, so for problem number 2, we're going to do more of the same. M is equal to f of x plus g of x. Now on our one example problem, we saw that if we just added the functions themselves, that we would get the composite function. In other words, I have f of x is equal to 1/2 times x, and then g of x is x plus 5. So then m of x should be negative 1/2 x plus x plus 5. Okay? Yes?
This pen does not work.
Try this pen, but it's green.
Ooh.
No, just throw it away. Shh. Okay, I'm recording. So now, what we want to do is, what is 1? We have 1x, and I'm going to subtract 1/2 an x from it. How many x's do I have left? 1/2 x. So then m of x should be 1/2 x, right, plus 5. Now, the only thing I'm doing is combining these two like terms. 1x minus 1/2 x should leave me with 1/2 x plus 5. Now, if I were to graph that, what is my y-intercept? 5. The y-intercept is positive 5. That means that this will cross the y-axis at plus 5. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's where I'm supposed to cross. Now my slope is 1 over 2. That's my rise over run. Now that means I'm going to go up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Now I could go down 1 over 2 in the other direction, go down 1 over 2 in the other direction, and you'll see a pattern there. Now one way I could double check this line to make sure that it's accurate, I could certainly graph it. So I'm going to do that first. So I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to change the orientation of my paper for just a second. And I'm going to draw my line. So that line should be m of x. I hope it is because I drew it with marker. But now let's double check. We also said that m of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. So let's put that to the test. Let's look here at x equals 4. Well, m of 4 is equal to 7, right? That's where it's crossing at 7. So when x equals 4, my y value equals 7. Now let's look at f of 4. F of 4, I'm going to look at my function f. Let me highlight f so we know which one's f and which one's g. F I'm going to highlight in orange, and that's this graph right here. And then I'm going to highlight g of x in pink, and that's this graph right here. So f of 4 is, what is my y value at x equals 4? Well, it's negative 2. Next, we want to figure out what g of f is. G of f, or g of 4, I'm sorry, is this one right here, and that looks to be like it's 9. Well, remember, if I said that m of x is equal to f of x plus g of x, what is 9 minus 2? 7. Does that work out? Absolutely. Now, I'm not going to go through and do a bunch of points, but clearly m of x is this equation right here. Does that make sense? Yeah? Let's move on to problem number 3. All right, well, before I move on to problem number 3, are there any questions?